Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how we can write some information into a file. So please look here at this code. This code is very simple. Just I'm including the IOStream library and the string library. In the main, I'm declaring three variables here. One of data type integer, x equal to value 8, and I have another variable called y of data type double, and a third variable called word of data type string. And what I'm only doing here is displaying out the values of those variables on the CMD screen. So if you run your code, you will find this output: 8, which is the value of x, 9.8 the value of y, and computer, which is the value of variable word, and that's it. So now what we are going to do, we want to try to write those information into a file. So usually when we have writing into file, there are 5 steps that we need to follow in our code. So the first step here is to include the library fstream. So whenever we are dealing with files, we need to include this library. Now within our code, before writing to the file, we need to create an object of type OFStream. So any place before writing, just I need to write OF stream and then write the object name here. So this is a step called a creation of the object of type OFStream. So for example, I will call it out. Now this one, why do we use OFStream? Because OFStream, it means output stream from your code. So when we are writing to the file, we are taking some information from our code out to the file. So we are writing on the file. So that's why here I choose OFStream. And here, this is, as I told you, it's an object, okay? Just to make it easier on you, just try to consider it that it's like a variable that it can have any name, and the data type of this variable is OFStream. In the end, it's not, but like just to make it easier for you, okay? After we create our object, the third step will be to open the file that we are going to write on. So to do that, you need to use your object that we just created of type OFStream, which is in my case out. And then we put o.open, which is the function that I will use to open the file. And here now between two double quotations, I will put the name of the file that I'm going to open so I can write on it. So for example, I will call it just values, values.txt. Now here you need to understand something, that when I put the name only by itself, and in the case of the writing, if I don't have this file under my default location, the compiler, it will go and create a one with this name and write to it the information that we are writing when we execute our code. But in case we have a file with the same name existing in the default place, using this opening for this file, just it will rewrite whatever was there in that file. So like that file was vanished, and now we have a new file of the new information that we are going to write. Okay? Another way that you can use here, instead of using the default place that I will show you in a minute, you can use your specific location where you are going to write the information or you are going to see your file. So for example, here you can put the total path or the total location of your file. So if you're going to state it, for example, on the D drive, just you need to put D, colon, and then whenever we are putting the path, we need to put the slashes. Now here you need to use double slash, okay? So if you have another folder, you need to state it here and then put the file name and so on. Okay, so now just I will keep it on the default place just to show you where you can find this default place. But for the other locations that you specify, you can find your file under that specific location. So until now, we finished the 3 steps. We included the fstream, we created our object. Using this object, we opened the file where we are going to write the information. So the next step is to write now the information, to do our processing. So what are the things that I want to write into my file? The same variables here, x, y, and word. So if you look here, this statement, I display those values on the screen using what the object see out. So just I will copy this statement and paste it here. Now if I want to write those information to the file, it will be something similar to this. But instead of using the cout object, you are going to use the object that you created of type of fstream. So instead of C out, I will change it into out, which is the name of my object. Okay? And the last step usually is to close our file. And to do that, just use the object that you created again and just put dot close function, and that's it. So those are the 5 steps. Include the library, use the object office3 because we are writing, open your file, write the information using your object, and finally close your file. Now if you run this code, on the CMD screen nothing will be changed, okay, because I did not add any C out or anything. But now I need to look for the information written in my file. So let's see what's the default place where I will find this file, which is called values.txt. Now look here, my solution or my project, it's called file1. So I'm going into my computer where I know the location of this folder or this object. So look here, this is my project folder. So to know where you will find your file, if you double click on this one and open it, you'll find here another folder with the same name for your project. If you open it again, look here, I have here text file which is called values. Now if you open it, you will find the exact values that we need, which are X and Y and the word computer. Now something else here. Look, if I execute the code again, you are going again back to the file. We just get the values of the last run. It means that I could not add the same information twice or just append into my file. To do this, in your code, whenever you are opening your file, you need to add something. This mode here, which is called APP, stands for append. It means now if I execute my code again and if I open the file again, it's not going to rewrite whatever is there, just it's going to append, add more on what was already saved in the file. So look now, if I'm going to run my code again here, on the CMD again it's the same output, but now if you are going to go to our file, open it, do you see? This is the information that I had from the first run, and now this is from the last run. And why it is in the same line? Because if you notice here, I just put tab, I did not put a new line. So if I put here a new line, and let's run the code again, you will find now that the new information will be written again, but this time in a new line. Look here. Let me check what I did. Okay, so we need to put, the last one, because it was \t, so the cursor just gave the information next to it. But now, because in the end of the last execution there was a new line, this new execution that we are going to do, it will be in a new line. So look now here again on the file. Look, and have the new information in a new line, and so on. Now whenever we execute using this append, and because I have here a new line in the last run, you will find now the new words or the new values written into a new file. I hope that you get the way that we are using to write with the file. Just to summarize again, we have 5 steps. First, include your library ofstream. Create your object, which is of type ofstream. Again, it can has any name, but you need to remember it because you'll use it when you open your file, whether just use the default place or you put your own location, or even with using the append or without. The 4th step is to write on the file using your object again. You need to use the output operator like the cout, and you can write anything, depending of course on the problem. And finally, after you finish writing everything, you need to close your file. I hope that you get the idea. In the next video, I'm going to show you now how we can read from the file. Thank you.